Are you looking for the most extreme challenge for Satisfactory 1.0? You found the right place. No land, no animals, no fauna. Hell, just one weird resource node and a handful of platforms to stand on. Can I complete Project Assembly with all 5 stages? Watch and find out. Welcome to Jab playing Satisfactory Omni World. Howdy y'all, and welcome to Jab playing Satisfactory 1.0 Omni World Season 2. Alright guys, in the last episode, we built this, right? We built this complete line over here, and basically what it does is it does smart plating and rotors. All of this to make that. And we shipped the smart platings up to complete that to unlock tier 3s and 4s. So yeah, we're sitting in a very good position. So let's talk about what we're going to work on next. So, run. We need to unlock Omni material refinement. That's going to give us access to all this stuff so then we can move forward, because we do have a power issue. I did clear you remember when we were getting white crystals out of set to the side? I cleared them out of this box, and I'll show you the collection that we have so far. Also, one thing that I did offline was I stacked more containers on here to give us a little bit more storage. Basically, this storage is just for crafting, right? That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just, for me to be able to do stuff. That's all it's there for. So let's come over here. And here's all the crystals. Now all these crystals weren't in the box because I do have these miners right here that I periodically will get stuff out of. And then if these had backed up, then I'd pull crystals out of them and then, periodically stick them in here. All right, so the first thing I need to do is I'm going to need to make some room to get some crystals in here. I need 5. So it's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Is that 5? Hang on a second. It's easier for me to count it this way. There's 3, 4, 5. All right, yeah. We need 5,000 to be able to make a node. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to unlock this. I need 5,000 science. So the way we're going to get 5,000 Omni science is we're going to come over here and I'm just going to build just a little, kind of a temporary thing for right now. It may stay permanent. I don't know. It's what we're going to use for right now. So let's see. We'll just take a little bit of space up here, right here. That looks good. I need to put down one of these bad boys. Let's lock it in place. It appears to be in the middle. All right, I need to go grab a portable miner. I've got one in a box somewhere or another. I thought I had one in a box. No? Did I use all the portable miners? All right, well, hang on a second. We're gonna need a portable miner. So let me get a workshop. Just temporarily. You'll work. A portable miner, please. Alright, cool. Now all we gotta do is come over here and stick the miner down. Alright, one miner coming up. Let's make sure it's kind of in. Yeah. All right, there's a miner. Now, Let's see, I need, I don't know, 6? Is it 6? I think it's 6. All right, this is driving me nuts. The other thing is, you know, we don't need any holes in the floor. All right, let me come back over here. No. Over here. This one's making blue. So it's 10 for 1. We can get 60 out of that. So 60 out of that is, yeah, 6. All right, so if we're gonna do 6, then I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more row. 6. All right, we've got 6. Let's put them down. Two, 3, 4. Yep. 5. Well, hang on a second. That wasn't very good planning, but that's all right. I can do this. We can dismantle that one. We can move that one to there. Dismantle that one and move that one from there to there. Yeah, this will work. Now we just got to give these all science recipes. Not a problem. Science, science, science. Are they facing the right direction? Please be facing the right direction. All right, and then all I need is a splitter. One splitter here, one splitter here. I know some of you guys are tearing your hair out, and you're just like, Jab, just use a manifold. I can't do it, right? Please understand. Well, you don't have to understand. I just don't like them. Or let me rephrase that. As a challenge, I refuse to use them in this playthrough. Now, whether I should be or not, that's a different story. And you know, maybe I like punishing myself. That could be distinctly a thing. I just enjoy doing things the hard way, and I want to punish myself. All right, so there we go. So we got all that. Now all we have to do is get this routed into a box of some sort or another. All right, so we just need some that, right? Merger. All right, merge those into there, there to there, there to there. If one merger's good, two's better. That'll work. Get these all belted in. And then we just need a box of some sort or another. So let's get a box. Storage. All right. Like so. One more merger. Yeah. Combine these. Right, it doesn't have to. There we go. And then all I gotta do is jump up here and be like, all right, yeah. One power pole there, one power pole there. And all I gotta do is just wire. Nope. Oh, good Lord. I almost. Got rid of the space elevator. That would have sucked. And let's see. I need one power pole there. Hook. Yeah, like that. There we go. And you come from here to here, and now we just gotta find a somewhere I can hook you up to. Boom. All right, and just like that, we're gonna get 60 out of here. They're gonna split in half, split in thirds, go in there, merge back, and go into there, and there we go. We're off and running, and we're making blue science. Let me just make sure. Well, we'll come back to this. I'm pretty sure it's doing well. But the other thing is, I've got a node over here that we're not maximizing out of, right? This node's only going 60, and we could do 200. So what I can do is I can come in here and I can be like, all right, let me put a merger here and then put a splitter on top. And then we can bring that over to, is it this one? Yep, this is the one we want. Get rid of that. Let me get a merger here. You work. Maybe not. Try this again. Merger. Yeah, that's how I want it. All right, and then you go from there to there, there to there. Let's see. I need a stumpy like that. And I think I should be able to, yeah, do that. And by doing that, I can make this configuration. And the reason why I want that configuration is we're going to take this splitter and no, try this again. We're going to take this splitter and we're going to go from like that. And then I should be able to take, that's a merger, isn't it? I didn't need a stumpy. Well, I gave it a stumpy. It's gonna work. And then we go from here to there, right? There's a method to the madness, I promise. So now all I have to do is take this from here, go into a Mark II belt. Nope, 7, Mark II. Hit that. Get a Mark II belt in here. Are you not gonna work? Oh, you're not gonna work. You're gonna be problematic. All right, hang on a second. Now I'll stop and think about this for a second. Actually, there is something. How about if I do it this way? What if we do it this way and then we just tell you go like, I don't know, this? As weird as this sounds, hang on a second. And then we take this and we just change that direction, splitter direction to like maybe that. And yeah, can we do funky stuff with you here? Yes, we can. All right, now all I have to do is reconnect these things. All right, so not a problem. 7 to there, right? And then we can go from there to there, right? Nothing to see there, right? And take this, get rid of this, and go from there back to here. And now everything should work the way it's working. I will go ahead right now and I'll apologize for this. This is the only time this is gonna happen. Because I didn't want to tear all this stuff up to make it move. But now we're using all of that and everything's moving and grooving, and we can get more science out of there. All right, let's take a look at this action over here. Make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And it appears to be, yes, it is. We have 28 science. We have a long way to go. But on the other hand, yeah, we're getting 60 out of this. So all we have to do is just let this run. And when we get to, is it 500 or 5,000? It's 5,000. Oh, good Lord, I need 5,000. This is gonna be running for a while. Because, yeah, this is running at, all right, hang on a second. Let me, it's 60. All right, something's not right. I'm getting 60 out, right? Well, you know what? Here, let me do this. We can do this. Mark II belt, right? Here, take a Mark II belt. You can handle it. It's 60 coming out, then 60 is going in there, so that's 20. So 20 of these are coming in. Oh, it can handle 100 a minute. That's all right. Yeah, there. This will solve that problem. My problem is I have a hard time reading these machines, and sometimes I don't quite fully understand what they're doing. But yeah, there. Now, now everything's being saturated and moving, and yeah. So let's stop it. All right, guys. After a small coffee break, and I thought about things, I was realizing that I wasn't reading the machines right, and I'll tell you what I mean. Right. So I was getting confused. I'm looking at this top number, thinking that that's the throughput instead of looking at the bottom number. So, you know, that's why I built 6 of them, not realizing that, you know, and y'all were probably screaming at the screen going, yeah, why are you building 6 of them? This is ridiculous. So now what I've got is I've got 120 coming in here and basically going 60 into both of these, right? It could take 100 each. I don't have, you know, 120 is the best I can do right now. So what I did was I said, fine, if I can get 120 there, I'll get 120 here, and these will come in here and poof, right? Bob's your uncle. So now, from my understanding is, all right, so if we're doing 60, that's 60% of what it's capable of doing. So that means 6 a minute. 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4 is 24, right? So now let's look at it. So if we're doing 24, we need 5,000 divided by 24. That's 208, right? So 208 divided by 60 is 3.4 hours, I think. Right now we're at 224 over there, and if I come over here and I look in this box, I think we've got 600? 630. So yeah, we're getting there. I could put down more, right? I could just spam out more, but at this point, I'm just gonna let it run, right? I'm gonna let it run its course. Gonna get some lunch, cook something to eat, maybe a fried egg sandwich or something like that. Let this run in the background, and yeah, when we get 5,000, we'll be back. Yo, I want to give a shout out to all the farmhands out there. You guys' support and love is amazing. It inspires me to continue to make content for you guys, and you guys rock. All right, guys, we're back. Some time went by, and oh, they're in my pocket. So we have the science to send off. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so Ada's not going to say anything about it. No big deal. So now we have the ability to come in here, and now we have the ability to make coal, deuterium, quartz, sulfur. We have the ability to make slugs, SAM ore. We can make Mercer spheres, summer sloops. And I'm gonna be honest, the summer sloops and Mercer spheres, stuff like that, I'm probably not gonna mess with that much. Just being, 100% brutally honest. I just, there are some things that I could do, but I want to enjoy this. We'll probably use some of them here and there, but right now I just don't see any reason to look into it. We do have the ability to, all right, so we need 500 Omni science to make a blue power slug, which, okay, hang on a second. Let me check to see what we got left in the boxes. Do we have enough to, that's green. We got 53 here, so that's 188. And over yonder, we've got how much? $70, so that's 258. We're halfway there. Not a problem. We'll get there. Let me look into the ma'am. Right? Well, actually, in order to, it's made out of red stuff. So, all right, give me a second, and let me get a whole bunch of red crystals. All right, here's the cool thing that I've just learned. So coal is made out of red crystals, and we know we can turn white crystals into red crystals, right? Red crystals also makes deuterium ore. It also makes quartz. It makes sulfur. And believe it or not, it makes water. All right, so I went ahead and crafted some stuff just to get research going. So let's see what Ada has to say about this.
The metal has been named Deuterium after Fixit's greatest CEO, Katerina Parks. It has been added as a viable alternative to gold in industrial applications, specifically in advanced electronics due to its superconductivity, malleability, and corrosion resistance.
All right, there's deuterium, here's quartz.
The crystalline mineral was a previously unknown variation of quartz, with uniquely large and flawless crystals, normally only found in synthetic quartz. The industrial application of this mineral will follow that of its synthetic counterpart, specifically in communication and exploration technologies.
All right, let's check out sulfur.
This unknown chemical element was in reality an unusual mixture of solid sulfide and sulfate materials from which sulfur can be extracted. Sulfur's primary use lies in fertilizers, which we have no use for. Instead, this element enables access to more volatile obstacle clearing and pioneer defending tools.
Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get what we need for the ingots. And, ooh, I already got this, so let's go ahead and do the quartz crystals.
Research completed. Quartz crystal recipe unlocked. New quartz research available.
All right, let me get the silica. So we need what, 20 quartz for silica, and I need a little bit of deuterium. Not a problem. We can handcraft that really quick. It doesn't take very long, right? And I don't mind handcrafting just for research purposes.
Research completed. Deuterium ingot recipe unlocked. New deuterium research available. Research completed. Silica recipe unlocked. New quartz research available.
I don't see a need. Well, you know what? Let's get the black powder out of the way. I don't see a need for it right now, but you know what? Since we've got it, let's go ahead and get it unlocked. I may find a use for it later.
Research completed. Black powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get 50 deuterium ingots. And the way you make deuterium ingots is, you know, we change it into deuterium ore, right? Then after that, we run it through here into deuterium ingots. No big deal. Give me a few minutes. We'll be right back. All right, we got the deuterium ingots. Let's go ahead and find out about quickwire.
Research completed. Quickwire recipe unlocked. New deuterium research available.
All right, as far as I'm concerned, that's about as far as we need to go with what we got. Let's check to see where we're on the science. So we got enough to make. See, what I'm concerned about is we're running out of power, right? And I want to be able to. All right, yep, get out of there. I want to be able to work on the coal power plant pretty soon before the fuse breaks. And yeah, we've got enough to make a slug. So let's go handcraft a slug really quick. I am excited about this, right? Because underclocking, right? Underclocking or overclocking, depending on how you want to look at it. There's a slug. So yo, talk to me.
This semi-slug, now dubbed Power Slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, giving it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
All right, so in order to make a power shard, I believe we need a blue slug. Let me double check. Can it be made in here? Can we make slugs in here? No. Can it be made in a constructor? Hang on a second. Let me get some pieces and parts in my hand. And we'll pick this up and we'll put a constructor down really quick. Surely we could automate it. I mean, I don't know why we would want to, but can we automate it? Is it made in an assembler? Nah. Oh, hang on a second. It could be, is it only produced in a crafting bench? Hang on a second. Wait a minute. How do we make a power shard? Maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. I can make a power shard. All right. Oh, we can just make it straight out of, we can make it straight out of science. All right, so 500 science to make a power shard. So yes, we definitely could automate this if we wanted to. You know, we could be like Oprah and, you know, everybody gets a power shard. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, well, unlimited power shards just means that we have to figure out how to solve energy issues. And like right now, energy is going to be an issue for us because we have a capacity of 390 and we're consuming 350-ish roughly when it spikes. And yeah, these are eventually going to give out, right? Well, yeah, here in a minute. And when these give out, I don't know if we have enough power to keep everything going or not. We'll find out when we trip the fuse. So let's take all of that. So yeah, we're a ways from that. It's a thing. Let's go back and look at the hub really quick and see what it's going to take to unlock coal power. All right, so we need 150, 50, 500. That should not be a problem whatsoever. Let's go ahead and grab the rotors really quick. We haven't looked at rotors and smart plating in a bit, so rotors are going fine, and smart plating's going fine too. Eventually they're going to back up. That's cool. So we'll run down here. We'll check on the reinforced plates. I can tell you that the reinforced plates are going fine because I have been putting stuff in the sink to make coupons for us to use in the future. That way things don't back up. So there are his, if it wasn't for this box would be full already. And I think I've got enough wire. And I'll give you a quick peek at what's in the sink box real quick, since we're right here. We are, yeah, see, it's slowly getting emptied, and, you know, we're going to have coupons here in the near future. Grab a stack of that. Let's go ahead and send this off for... Exactly. I was afraid that was going to happen. Well, the good news is we don't need power to be able to do this, right? Let's see what Ada has to say about... Well, what she has to say about coal power for us.
Milestone reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fixit has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
Well, Ada, your information is obsolete because here, water comes from these little white things over here, and we change it into water. All right, so yeah. The good news is we've unlocked coal power. The bad news is, yeah, energy's an issue. And I knew it was going to be an issue. I knew that, by building what I built, that our power supply was not going to be able to keep up. However, now we have the ability to do coal power, and I think we can fix that. And I don't know, we may build it out there somewhere, or we may build it out there. So, don't know where I'm going to build it yet. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take the time to, really think about it and figure out how we're going to lay it out and try to get as coal power going and still have these as backups, because we're probably going to need it, because, bigger is better, and the factory's got to grow, right? We got things to do to build for the space elevator. All right, guys, if you've made it this far and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, right? Comments and backseat gaming and suggestions is highly encouraged in this playthrough, right? You may come up with an idea that I haven't thought about. As far as there have been some comments about, you should really think about giving, manifolding an opportunity, a chance. More than likely, it probably won't happen, right? It's just, it's a vision of the world that I have. But who knows? Maybe in the future, I may change my mind. I don't know. Let's see. Because originally, the future of the world I thought was just, a sprawling platform with everything built on it on one layer. But I'm starting to think that maybe, adding some elevation and some maybe specific buildings might be cool. I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about it. All right, guys, if I don't see you in between now and then, have a fantastic week. And as always, happy farming.